shopping? This is Detroit's Morning Answer with John Anthony on FM 92.7 and AM 1400. The Answer.
Good morning, Detroit. Detroit's Morning Answer with John Anthony. If you missed that first hour, head over to theanswerdetroit.com. That's theanswerdetroit.com. Download the podcast. You can listen to the show no matter where you are. You know, our next guest is consequential. He is somebody that I believe perk up, listen to, because we saw this during COVID. We saw how the food supply and the chain and things that we normally just take for granted was threatened. You know, here's how I feel about this. Food feels permanent until it does not. Most Americans experience it as a background constant. Shelves are full, deliveries arrive. The system works until it's strained. And when it strains, it exposes far more than supply. It exposes dependence, fragility, and trust. Adam Lalone has spent years paying attention to the parts of the food system most people never see. He listened to farmers saying the numbers no longer worked. He watched supply chains stretch thinner, consolidate faster, and drift away from the people they were meant to serve. What he saw was not simple inefficiency, it was vulnerability. Adam is the founder of Patriot Foods, a company grounded in the belief that food is not just a commodity, but a foundation. What is it a foundation for? Families, for communities, and for national stability. This conversation is not about products. It is about preparedness, independence, and what happened when a nation slowly forgets how to feed itself. Adam, welcome to Detroit's Morning Answer.
What an introduction. Thank you. Hey, great to be on, my friend. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm so happy to have you on. But, you know, Adam, there was a point when food stopped feeling routine for you and started feeling fragile. What were you noticing that others seemed to miss?
We started Patriot Foods in 2018, and we are in the blueberry business. My family's been in the blueberry business since 1961 in West Michigan. We started Patriot Foods in 2018 for a couple of reasons. For one, at the retail level, imports are more popular because they're cheaper, Mark. Cheaper. And the American farmers has been going out of business for the last 25 years because of this cheaper fruits and vegetables coming out of, Mexico, even Canada, because they have the currency exchange. I mean, there's a number of reasons. Yeah. And I tell you, Mark, you cannot send a kid to college to learn how to farm. These kids learn it from mom and dad, grandma and grandpa. They learn it from working the dirt, my friend.
Yeah.
And as grandma and grandpa or mom and dad are getting the tractor repossessed by the bank and the pickup truck, right? They don't want to learn how to farm. That don't seem that good of an idea, right?
Right.
So it's awareness, and I tell you, it is national security, guys. 100% it is, because we're becoming more and more dependent on imported food. That's a real scary place to go, and we're going there like a freight train.
Wow. Adam, before Patriot Foods existed, what were your assumptions about food supply and security that you had to unlearn after being behind the curtain?
Yeah, I tell you, when you cannot sell your blueberries at a retailer in your own state, and they sit in your freezer, and you're paying the electricity, you're paying the freezer rent, if you will, year after year. I mean, the writing's on the wall, guys. You're going to, and you pay your taxes, you pay your chemicals, you pay all your bills, you do the food safety, you do everything right, Mark. Yeah. And it's not good enough. Okay? And listen, we cannot compete with Mexico. We cannot compete with Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, and Peru, and it's just these farmers. We don't need help. We need our markets back, Mark. The markets that we built. We built these retail chains by the sweat of our backs in our fields. And we fed these American generations for years, and now we're getting sold out, and we're fighting back. That's what I do.
When you look at the Trump tariffs on other countries, is that something that would that open up the market for you? And is it something, when you look at the tariffs, is that something you support?
I absolutely do. And let me tell you something. When, action, has a reaction. And there's always a little bit of risk in action. Okay? Yeah. So nothing is perfect, guys. But we got to start somewhere. It's not perfect for every grower in this country, but we have to start somewhere. We have to start pushing back and supporting these farmers. Listen, the U.S. farmer's not buying more land, Mark. They're not buying more land because they can't afford it, for one, because they have no reason to. The retailer's not saying, the marketer's not saying, hey, Adam, I want another 1 million pounds of Michigan blueberries, okay? They're not saying that, but we're planting more. And that's a very scary place where we're going.
Wow. And Adam, as you look at that, how vulnerable is the United States right now when it comes to feeding its own people?
Oh, we wouldn't do it. It wouldn't happen. If there was a disease outbreak, if you will, if there was something global going on, and we had to stop shipping, we had to stop receiving, it would be very scary. We wouldn't be able to feed ourselves. We're our point.
When you think about Patriot Foods, I've heard a lot of your ads on different hosts that you guys sponsor. You guys emphasize American sourcing. Why does that matter beyond the sentiment or patriotism?
Well, I tell you, we are Americans. Our families fought these wars. We built this country. The farmers are the backbone of this country. They were farmers when they came to this country. That's built this country. And I don't know what's more patriotism than the guys, other than the guys and girls putting boots on the ground. And, we just love our country. We're in a difficult time. As you know, we're unpopular in every country. And we're educating the youth, telling them, listen, it's awesome to love this country. This country's awesome. You need to love your country. And anything we can do, it's not just supporting the farmers, it's educating the youth,
Yeah.
It's really cool. This country is the best country ever, and we need to raise real Americans, God-fearing Americans 100%, my friend. That's what it's about.
Preparedness has been, especially with companies like Patriot Foods, it's always been one of those, the end of the world. But my wife, she told me we got to get a generator, we got to have a pile of food. But preparedness is often dismissed as fear driven. How do you define it differently?
Yeah, so we are Patriot Foods. We sell farm grown in this country only. We are not survival food. That is a different company. We are meat, chicken, fruit, vegetables, everything grown in your country. Yeah. We ship it to your door. You spend $100, it's free shipping. We've shipped to Alaska, guys. We've shipped all over the country, okay?
Yeah.
We've shipped to Hawaii. Yeah. We'll ship anywhere, okay? You got to support us. We'll ship to your door. So that's what we do. We're not survival food. U.S. food comes from your dirt. That's what we do. And I tell you, we have a podcast. It's kind of out of comfort zone, but I started it a couple months ago. And I'd rather be a tractor, right? But we got to raise the alarm and battle here.
Hey, Adam, are you on a speakerphone?
I am.
Can you take it off speaker, because it's coming in and out while you're on speakerphone? Is there any way that you can put the phone to your ear?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that better?
Let me hear you say something again.
Yeah. So
that's it.
We love. Good. Sorry about that.
No,
yeah,
that's okay. That's okay. Adam, what does preparedness actually look like for a family that wants to stay grounded rather than anxious? Because I mean, during COVID, we saw the food supply chains and we saw all of the different supply chains get bottled up, and ships were sitting out and they couldn't dock. This is a serious problem. Can you speak to just how serious of a problem the food supply chain is, and you talked about it also being a national security issue. I see it that way. Speak to the seriousness of this nature.
Well, you're not going to eat. If there's another pandemic and it hasn't hit our shores yet, and they stop the planes and the ships, you're not. We can't feed everybody, Mark. We're already at that point. There's not enough food grown in this country anymore to feed it. These retailers, the Walmarts, and I'm going to say some names of the world, of this country, have gone, Chinese. They've gone cheap. They've gone Mexican. And there's not enough being grown in this country anymore to feed it. And that's just where it's at. We're already there. What can you do as a consumer? I mean, everybody has a smartphone, most people. Learn what's in season in your state. Learn where your growers are and your farm stands and stuff, and support these farmers directly if your retailer won't. And read your labels at the retail level. You are making the choice. You are spending the money. You are picking up the commodity in your grocery store. Read your label, care, right? And if there's another choice, make an American choice, right? So learn, if you're in Florida, okay, and Florida has blueberries. They have beautiful blueberries, by the way, and strawberries. and know what's in season. Know when they have blueberries. And leave the Mexican on the shelf. It's up to us to stabilize this thing. And let's not wait until there's a crisis. Let's start now. And let's start protecting ourselves by protecting the guys that feed us. Yeah. I mean, we are the guys that feed the country, and we're being sold out by cheap. So,
and cheap is not always good for your health either. Adam, have you seen any signs that give you confidence that this can still be turned around?
Oh, absolutely, it can be turned around. I mean, the farmers are some of the hardest working people, on the planet. Of course, it can be turned around. They just need markets. We appreciate, Brooke Rollins and Trump rolling out these helpful things and these tariffs. I mean, it all helps. Believe me, it does. But what we need is our markets back. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can start small, and how you can do that is you can do state by state. So you have so many pounds coming out of Michigan of blueberries, okay, or asparagus, whatever it is. You watch that. You say Michigan's not going to bring in any foreign, okay, any foreign asparagus out of Peru, okay, or blueberries out of Uruguay or Argentina or Peru during these months. So we start small, okay, but we got to start somewhere. And that's what Brooke and Trump have done.
Yes.
They've started somewhere, and it's making a difference. I mean, listen, we just have to have people that are willing to work for us, Mark. I mean, that's where it starts. People are willing to work hard and love their country. I mean, that'd make a big difference right there already. So,
have you had conversations with the Secretary Rollins?
I have not directly, indirectly, but not directly at this point.
I need to connect you with Pastor Sewell. That's one of her best friends. He's the Michigan pastor who did the Trump benediction. He's always hanging out with her, and this is something that he and I talk about a lot as it relates to the farmers. Adam, if this conversation, let's say this conversation we're having right now, instead of it instead of having it over the phone, imagine we're at a kitchen table. What would you want a family listening to truly walk away understanding, not only just about Patriot Foods, because I think Patriot Foods is something that is sorely needed, and we have to understand just how impactful of a job of what you guys have been able to do. But what do you want that listener to truly walk away understanding?
Be proud of your country. Be proud of your neighbors. Love your country. It's our responsibility. A lot of people have sacrificed their lives. Love your country. 100%. That's 100%. There's a lot of guys that hit the beaches, that lost their lives in the jungle, that lost their lives in the sand. And it's our responsibility love our country. And it's our responsibility to teach these kids to love their country. 100%. So, and God has to be involved in that.
Amen.
If God's not involved in that, it's not going to work. Okay. You need God. You need God to lead you and turn this thing around.
Yeah.
And we need to become a God-fearing country again. And, we need to straighten this thing out. And it can be done. There's enough people that love this country still, my friend.
I agree. There's so many. There actually, I was talking to somebody. You remember the story when Elisha and Gehazi, when I think that's how you enunciate his name, when Elijah told him, he said, there are more of them. And Elijah said, no, there are more of us who have not bowed the knee. And I really believe that with every fiber in me, Adam, that there are more of us. And a lot of people are just quiet and silent. And that's why,
That's right.
That's why what you do and how unabashed you are, how frank and how honest you are is so important to help continue the fight. Because what I see, Patriot Foods is about food, but this is about the whole person. That's what I see every time I hear Patriot Foods. It's not just about food. It's about educating the entire person, educating people's mind, and giving them a heart to stand and fight. Am I wrong about that, Adam, as it relates to the vision and the mission of what you're on with Patriot Foods?
No, it's 100% correct. You got to be willing to love your country, love where you are, be happy with where you are, and work hard. You got to work hard. You have to be a hard worker, and you got to love yourself. God loves you more than you ever thought. Okay, yeah. But you have to love yourself, and you have to give your life to Christ. Period. 100%. So, I did that listening to Billy Graham.
Yes.
I was saved by a dead man. He was already gone. Okay, watching YouTube. That's how I gave my life to Christ. I mean, listen. When the Holy Spirit works in you, my friend, He works.
Come on. That is so true. Adam, where can people who are listening go out and what's your website? Do you have social media where people can say, hey, I want to subscribe, I want to get Patriot Foods into my home?
PatriotFoods.com, okay? PatriotFoods.com. You go there. Listen, guys, we sell everything. Meat, cheese, we sell it all. Okay? It's a grocery store. It's an online grocery store. But the best part, of course, Mark, is it's U.S. only. It's U.S. only. You're supporting the American farmer. And when you support the American farmer, our farmers give back. They give back to military families in need. I do it personally, and we do it publicly. And the reason we do it publicly is because we're proud of these guys. We're proud of these ladies that have done something a lot of us haven't had to do, Mark. So that's why we do it publicly. And it's up to them if they want to do it publicly. But we like to show them off. We're proud of them, right? Yeah. But that's what our company is about. It's about this country,
Yeah.
It's the story of this country, and it's our country, and we love it, right? Yeah. And everybody needs to teach your kids how to love it. I mean, we need a passion. We need a passion that puts tears in your eyes. We need real Americans. When something goes south, we need these kids to be able to put boots on and protect us, right? Yes. I mean, we need to love our country, man. It's important.
Well, Adam Lalone, I am so it's an honor to interview someone of your caliber and nature, and I pray that God blesses you 1,000-fold, because what you do for this country, what you do for every single American, is truly something that I can immediately hear God saying, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." I appreciate you having you on, Adam, and I'll be in touch.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you so much.
All right, that's Adam Lalone, Patriot Foods. Guys, go out there because I'm telling you, you saw what happened during COVID. We're one decision away where you're going to need someone like Adam Lalone and Patriot Foods. Go out and shop and get their products. Adam Lalone, PatriotFoods.com. We'll be right back.